So, Tropical Storm Elsa is heading north toward Florida after battering Cuba with flooding rains. In Cuba, more than 100,000 people have evacuated from flood-prone areas or unsafe housing. The storm also left a trail of destruction through the Caribbean, claiming at least 3 lives in 2 countries. Elsa is expected to strengthen out at sea as it passes near the Florida Keys early Tuesday before hitting the west coast of the state through Wednesday. Officials warn the storm may result in considerable flash flooding in the area, and they are asking local residents to prepare for potential power outages. Meanwhile, heat waves across the world are affecting lives of millions. In Northern California, 3 major wildfires have burnt across over 40,000 acres. Thousands of people have been forced to evacuate as the fires destroy homes and infrastructure. The heat wave is also causing droughts and wildfires across western Canada and other places in northwest United States. Mark New has more details from Redwood City in California.
The hot and dry conditions in Northern California are sparking an earlier fire season. Containment of 3 big wildfires in Northern California, fortunately, has increased, but there's a potential for a new round of winds this week. That is a concern to spread the fires. Now, the heat wave struck several weeks ago here in Northern California and then moved northward. And just days ago, I was also in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State, one of the hardest hit. Temperatures in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State were typically hitting well above 40 degrees Celsius, and even in some shoreline habitats, 50 degrees Celsius. Western Canada, as you mentioned, has been one of the hardest hit. As a result, firefighters in Canada are battling more than 180 wildfires in British Columbia. According to authorities, about 70% of the active fires were likely caused by lightning strikes. Now, one meteorologist was quoted by local media saying a lightning detection network uncovered more than 700,000 lightning strikes in the area between June 30th and July 1st. The latest reports I've seen indicate nearly 500 people may have been killed by record-breaking temperatures in Canada's westernmost province. In Washington State, authorities have so far leaked about 30 deaths to the heat. The drought scenarios, I mean, it's very difficult here in Northern California right now. They just don't have, there are all kinds of water restrictions that are being looked at right now. I visited many farmers who are trying to figure out how to, water their crops with as little as possible. The water levels have been so low that it's causing a great amount of difficulty.
Now, for more on this heat wave, let's cross live to Pan Yike at China Meteorological Administration. So, Yike, is this heat wave moving eastward? Should Europe, Middle East and maybe eventually China be prepared for it?
Well, good to see you. We know that a grueling heat wave has roasted areas across Canada's western province of British Columbia and U.S. coast of Washington and Oregon for days at the end of the month of June. Things have been extremely dangerous and triggered serious health issues out there. We'd like to take a few cities out for a closer view on June the 28th. Things have been record-breaking with daily highs climbing into the 40s for cities like Lytton, Seattle, and Portland. And day high has been even close to 50-degree mark in the small town across British Columbia, Canada. And actually for these major cities, well, the record-breaking conditions has been actually over the past 100 years for Seattle and Portland. The local record has been constantly shattered. And what's more, the entire nation of Canada is seeing a new record as well. Well, 47.9 degrees in the city of Lytton on that day as well. Then in the coming days, with still a high pressure system sitting across the western portion, we may have to deal with another round of warm-up for local residents. In terms of the wet weather conditions, most of the rainfall will favor areas around the Great Lakes and also down in the southern portion, possibly part of the eastern seaboard as we get into Thursday. Sunny sky will continue to prevail across the western portion with rising temperatures. Some of the highs across the interior portion may have a chance to climb into the 40s, including major cities like Denver and Phoenix. And here for cities like Seattle and Edmonton, Washington. Day highs may climb into the 30s on this Friday with abundant sunshine. But for New York City, a totally different trend. A downward trend in the temperatures, getting cooler with some wet weather development. Well, back to you.